the general public, the armed forces are very often out of sight and out of mind. As bases close in Canada's largest cities, our forces are driven into smaller communities, isolated and away from the general population. As a result, most citizens have little, if any, contact with the men and women who serve our country at home and abroad. The City of London realized that this disconnect was disenfranchising Canadians with their army, and that something had to be done to unite the two. And so the first Garrison Community Council, or GCC, was born. But was the GCC's success in London adaptable to other communities? The cities of the Niagara region, St. Catharines, Welland, Niagara Falls, and Niagara-on-the-Lake, were its first test. The Niagara region boasts one of Canada's richest military histories. In fact, much of the War of 1812 was fought right here in this area, and local regiments played a key force in Canada's very foundation. So it's only fitting that Niagara would come to form Canada's second Garrison Community Council, a living, breathing tribute to Canada's armed forces. The Lincoln and Welland Regiment's Family Day on May 31st, 2009 drew a sizable crowd to view the Regimental Museum and honor returning Afghanistan veterans.
Just want to say welcome home.
Among the tributes from local politicians was a very special guest, London Mayor Anne-Marie DeCicco-Best, who had traveled to Niagara to recognize the first transplant of the GCC concept.
It's a great pleasure to bring greetings on behalf of the City of London and really to extend our appreciation to each and every one of our military, our troops, and their families. In the City of London, we're very proud of our Garrison community, and I want to congratulate everyone in the Niagara region that has had the foresight to carry on the tradition in yet another community, and I hope this will expand right across our country.
There are volunteers throughout our community that want to show their support for the troops and their families, and it's important for us to be able to do that not only while they're serving overseas, wherever they may be, but when they come back and are looking for different ways in which they can reintegrate within a community. Having these volunteers, I think, raises that awareness and raises the support level, and frankly, we have countries all around the world that don't enjoy the same kinds of freedoms that we do, and anything we can do to help support those efforts, I think we have an obligation to do so. My hope is that Niagara region, who's taking on the second Garrison community, will continue to be a model as we are for other communities around the country.
Kim Crater is a local provincial member of Parliament.
I want to thank you for allowing me to be part of the Welland and Lincoln Regiment to celebrate the return of 10 of your brave soldiers from the war in Afghanistan. In all, 60 brave men and women have served overseas recently from this regiment, and most of them have returned safely. This is an amazing commitment from our younger generation, for I know that 2 of your fellow combatants are not here to share the appreciation of your grateful community and your province of Ontario. You have truly honored the regiment's motto, which is not for ourselves, but only for our country.
Today is really a special day. In terms of the relationship between the military and the community, this area in particular, there's always been a relationship in terms of the fact that Canada was literally defined by the Battle of 1812.
We want to show our support, and coming here, I hope, says to the community of the Niagara region that what they've done is a really good thing, and hopefully they'll be able to pass the torch on to other communities as well and show their support.
The individuals who've been involved in creating a local chapter, when they came in to see me, to be very honest with you, I didn't really understand what they were proposing. I think I took for granted that there were out in the community resources for these individuals who defended our country and then came back to the community.
The mandate of the museum.
Breakout's initiative to spread the creation of the Garrison Community Councils across the country has received the endorsement of the people of the Niagara region. And happily, several other communities are eager to embrace the GCC concept.
We're so enthusiastic about helping other groups. We have had interest now shown in Quebec City, Vancouver, Victoria, through the plains. We're really excited to think that the people want to connect with their military. Right now we're on a real high, and the people of Canada want to support their troops. The armed forces are citizens, and I think as a citizen, I never recognized the fact that soldiers are just people in uniform, and they're pretty brave people to step up. Men and women of our armed forces are the future of our country.
We hope that you will assist us in creating the connections between communities and their garrisons across Canada. It is these connections, these ties, that Garrison Community Councils stand for.